Batman is one of the most popular superheroes out there, so let's test your Batman knowledge and hopefully expand it. I'm Sasha Wood, and these are the top 10 surprising facts about Batman. Number 10. Batman's origin is not presented in his first appearance. Batman's first appearance is in Detective Comics number 27 in 1939, in the story The Case of the Chemical Syndicate. His origin, however, is first mentioned 6 issues later in Detective Comics number 33, and honestly, aside from some minor tweaks and details, not a lot has changed. More history at number 9. Batman was one of the few characters to continue to be published in the gap between the Golden Age and the Silver Age of comics. This was a time when superheroes' popularity waned due to the lack of interest during the post-World War II era. However, it just goes to show there's no stopping Batman. Number 8. The Batman series that ran in the 60s is a parody. There is a false notion floating around some circles that the Adam West Batman show is a straight-up representation of 60s Batman.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
This is, however, not the case. From the beginning, the show was meant to be over the top and campy, a satire. The reasons the actors played it so straight is to add to the comedy, not because they're actually taking it that seriously. And it's a good thing the show came along, because our number 7 is there were plans to kill off Batman in 1964 because of low sales. This resulted in a complete overhaul of the character in the comics, including a whole new redesign. This added the now iconic yellow eclipse behind the bat insignia. It also moved the tone back towards him being a detective and away from aliens in rainbow-colored suits. However, this didn't last very long, as a more campy tone was re-established because of the success of the Parody TV show. So actually, the TV show added a lot of the camp into the comics, not the other way around. Something that could have happened in at number 6. In the 1970s, CBS purchased the film rights for a project entitled Batman in Outer Space. Despite the title, this was meant to be a dark, serious Batman that returned him to his 1939 roots, but potentially in space. While sadly this never happened, as the pitch was turned down by studio after studio who wanted a more campy Batman like the show in the 60s. Batman film projects would lie dormant until 1989 with Tim Burton's Batman, who successfully proved that Batman could have a dark tone and be successful. An even more successful outing at number 5. Many remember Batman the Animated Series, which ran from 1992 to 1995 for its distinct dark art style, as well as many other things, introducing new villains and of course the phenomenal voice acting.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman!
While the look itself was very deliberately planned out by the series co-creator Eric Radomski. He insisted that the backgrounds be painted using light colors on black paper, which was the opposite of the industry standard, which was dark colors on white paper. This gave the series a truly unique look that still stands out and feels like it belongs to the Dark Knight. Fan appreciation brings us to number 4. Legendary pop artist Andy Warhol was such a big fan of Batman that he made an unauthorized Batman film in 1964. It never went to theaters, but it was screened at some of his exhibits. And while the full copy no longer exists, there were scenes shown in the documentary Jack Smith and the Destruction of Atlantis. The film in question starred Jack Smith as Batman. Check it out if you're into niche art culture. It's interesting, like most of Warhol's works, but it's no Andy Warhol Flesh of Frankenstein. Number 3. The Batcave first appeared on TV. It's hard to imagine Batman without a Batcave, but it wasn't until 1943 that Bruce Wayne got an actual underground crime lab, which was introduced in the serials, specifically the second title called The Bat's Cave. The entrance was behind a grandfather clock, which is now where it tends to reside. Bob Kane, who was on set, mentioned all of this to Bill Finger, who incorporated it into the Batman Daily newspaper strips. Before that, Batman had kept his stuff in an old barn that was accessed by a tunnel that ran under Wayne Manor. Some surprising criticisms in at number 2. Batman and Robin's relationship was famously critiqued in psychologist Frederick Wertham's book Seduction of the Innocent, written in 1954. Wertham was one of the early adopters of the media causes violence theory, as he felt children would try to emulate the crimes they saw in these comic books. And he felt that Batman comics had homosexual overtones between Batman and Robin due to scenes where the two could be seen waking up in bed together. You hear that, kids? If you've ever shared a bed with your parents after a nightmare, it's weird apparently. Well, the public took these concerns so seriously, it led to the creation of the Comics Code Authority. This led to a more cheerful Batman, and some scholars believe the introduction of Batgirl to prove that there was absolutely nothing homosexual going on. Also Wonder Girl, because Wertham was also concerned that Wonder Woman was a lesbian. And number 1. Batman's co-creator Bill Finger did not live to see himself get proper recognition for his part in creating the Caped Crusader. Bill Finger, despite helping to finalize Batman's look, such as adding the cowl, the cape, and the black motif, as well as developing villains like the Riddler, side characters like Robin, and even Batman's actual origin, he didn't get credit for it. Despite all of this, Bob Kane, the original credited creator, did not come out and fully disclose all that he had done. He hadn't been vocal about Finger's significant contributions until an interview in 1989. Batman was created in 1939. While this was an open secret in the industry, Bill Finger was not properly credited until 2015 in the comics Batman and Robin Eternal #3 and Batman Arkham Knight Genesis #3, where the credits finally read, Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. This came 41 years after Finger's death. So those were facts about Batman. Did you know them? Is The Dark Knight your fave? Let me know if you want more character-based information in a part 2, and we'll happily oblige here on Top 10 Nerd. Keep leaving your suggestions for even more nerdy lists. I'm Sasha Wood. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.